Good morning and welcome to another carp fishing video. My name's Brian Pollard, aka F1 Pit Pass on YouTube. If you like any of the videos, please click a like, subscribe, and I believe you can even click on the bell for notifications of future videos. Today's video, I'd like to share a few thoughts on carp fishing. Point number one: if you keep doing the same thing happens. Sounds obvious, but believe me, when I'm at the lake, I see people over and over doing the same thing and expecting different results. If you want different results, then be prepared to experiment or refine your technique. Do your research, decide on a plan, and execute that plan with the most professionalism you can achieve. There's enough information online now for you to research almost any method you choose to adopt. Hardly anything's new, hardly anything is undiscovered. You may think you've come up with a new twist. By all means, try it. Fish safety is paramount. After that, it's all down to whether you may blank, or whether you may catch carp, or whether you may catch carp in numbers. So, don't expect different results if you keep doing the same thing. Point two. This is massive one for me. You can only ever fish for a bite. What do I mean by that? Well, you don't know most of the time. You don't know what size carp is going to take your bait. You may well see cruising large carp and cast towards them, and that's the very small percentage of carp fishing when you can actually see one and target it, be it stalked in the margin or out in the lake. The majority of the time you cast into an area where you see carp activity, or you've had carp before, or it's a known hot spot. It's a feature, a margin, a lily pad, an island, a snag. You don't know what size carp is going to take your bait till you hook it. So you can only ever fish for a bite. This puts your day into a totally different perspective. When you look back on how many bites you had, that's how you quantify how successful you were in presenting the bait in the right spot, in the right manner, at the right time of day, the right season of the year, the right wind conditions, the temperature, the moon phase. You can only ever fish for a bite. So count your achievements on how many bites you've had, rather than go for the self-analysis that where you beat yourself up and you say, I didn't catch a big one, or I thought it was bigger, or I haven't had many of this size or that size. If you fish for a bite and you're successful and you get a bite, in my book you've achieved quite a target. So congratulate yourself and repeat that process. Fishing for a bite, the larger carp will turn up. They're there, presumably, that's why you're at that particular venue. But that gets me on to another point. Point 3. You can only catch what's in the lake, size-wise and species-wise. Thinking about that for a second, if there's a multitude of high figure carp, then the chances are if you get a bite, it will be one of those high figure carps. If there's a proliferation of sub-20s, then that's all you're going to get. Again, keep it in perspective. You can only catch what's in the lake. Let it be your target to catch whatever's there, but that's all you're ever going to be able to do. So keep it in perspective when fishing. Point 4. Massive one. Question everything in life. Let that sink in a bit. What do I mean by that? Question what the owner might tell you, the bailiff might tell you, other anglers might tell you, research on the internet might tell you, forum might tell you, urban myths might lead you to believe. Question everything in life and you won't go far wrong. Make your own mind up, but base it on knowledge that you've gained yourself. If you were to study statistical analysis, then primary data would always be more important than secondary data. I.e., you ask somebody and they tell you of a friend who said this or said that. That data, that secondary data, may well be watered down, changed, exaggerated. You can't base everything in life on primary data, i.e. doing it yourself, but you can try, and once you have primary data, build on it. So, question everything in life. Point 5. Do not follow the crowd and expect to do better than everyone. Why would you? If you were using the same bait, the same method, the same technique, the same peg, why would you expect to better what someone else has achieved? Expect things to be slightly different on 2 separate days at a lake. or 2 weeks in a month, or 2 seasons in a year, or 2 years in a row. Don't follow the crowd and expect to do better than everyone. If you follow the crowd using the same gear, the same bait, same techniques, same methods, then you will be part of that crowd, which may be comforting. It may be exactly what you want. Be part of a group. The social element is fantastic. Just don't expect to do better than everyone. And my last point, point 6, fishing is a business. Expect advertising claims. What do I mean by that? Well, a new rod, a new reel, a new bivvy, a new rod rest, a new flavouring, a new this, a new that. The advertising is there to sell the product. We're overloaded with advertising these days. Everywhere we go, targeted advertising. Rise above it, filter out what you don't want, concentrate on what you do want, do your research. If it's an innovation and you like it, adopt it by all means, if you have the wherewithal to do it. We've all heard the phrase, all the gear, no idea. Well, in this advertising, target, marketing, strategy exercise that we live in today, all the gear would constitute quite a lot of gear. Endless supply. I'm afraid the Carp don't realise that there's a new advert out. They just go on in their world looking for whatever they need to get through the day. If your world and their world coincides, and it's thanks to the new product you bought, brilliant. You've now got some primary data to base your fishing on. Something else for your armoury. But don't expect every product that hits the market to be an overnight success or to change your fishing. As you know, with all technologies there comes a learning process where sometimes you go backwards before learning the equipment or the gear and then moving forward. So fishing is a business for a lot of people. A lot of people make a living from selling products, and I'm not one to knock anybody for making a living. I typically support a large supermarket by purchasing vast quantities of tiger bread in my fishing. So I might be changing the colour scheme of my livery one of these days. It may have a big supermarket logo on the back of my shirt or my hat, and that's when I become, when I achieve a targeted sponsor. Anyway, thanks for watching. Join me again soon If you've liked the video content, please subscribe. Cheers.